Hi there guys and girls, welcome back to Keystone Modelling. This week, good old 25 pounder. This kit's a bit special to me as my grandfather was part of the 40th Field Artillery, served in Suez and Cyprus and Egypt in the late 50s, early 60s. So this kit is literally gun crew, gun and limber, not the quad, which is a bit annoying, but it's okay, as I've got from many moons ago, the old Tamiya kit. This one, I can't remember when I started it. I found it in the bottom of the cupboard, but the gun and whatnot isn't salvageable. The limber is salvageable. I never got around to starting that, but the quad is all in good condition. Well, what was built with it, and the rest of the parts are still on the sprue. So I'm going to do the quad off camera. It's not really fair to do a build of it when it's semi-built by me donkeys years ago. So from now on, something I've decided I'm going to start doing is leaving the prices on kits I buy from shops, etc. But anything I order offline, I'm just going to tell you. So this little dragon kit comes in at a penny shy of 50 quid. So let's have a look, see what 50 quid gets us. When I can get the lid off. There we go. So, dragon, some nice CAD images on the sides, as always. Distinguishing where the photo etch belongs. It's quite nice, and images of the figures you get with the set. So we'll see if these dragon instructions live up to the last ones, because we know what happened to the last ones. I burnt them because they were that bad. Okay, not great, not terrible. As we can see, the 6 figures up the top, and then very rapid assembly all the way through. Looks a little bit better than the last set I tackled. And then the final touches on the limber. Otherwise, okay set of instructions. Not the worst ones I've seen from Dragon. Okay, so we've actually got rubber tyres for a change. Let's see how good these are. Okay, nicely done. Very nicely moulded, to be honest. Very nice. They actually look alright for factory generic rubber tyres, which makes a nice change. Okay, tiny bit of photo etch in here. And some very small decals. There's no actual decals for the gun itself for this one, so there is decals for the gun to match the quad in the other set, so I'm going to be robbing those ones to go on this one. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, nice riveting detail all the way along the chassis legs for the gun, which is very accurate. I say very accurate. I couldn't exactly tell you if they're in the right place, but if you Google 25 pounder, you will see it's covered in rivets, which is very nice. No substantial flashing that I can see. Okay, so we've got gun shield. I think that's upper gun shield. Bits and bobs to go with it. That's the gun rails. That's the barrel, 2 pieces. But they're not half pieces, they are slot together lengthwise, which is a nice change, as half pieces get very annoying. And then we've got limber and crew when I don't knock the camera. Take all the ammunition storage drawers, a couple of spare, a couple of empty drawers, toolkits, the actual door itself, the frame, the body that makes it up, springs. There'll be the hubs for the 2 wheels, and then the gun crew on the back. Once again, from what I can see, no sort of flash. Those helmets are going to be a bit of a pain to clip, they're going to need sanding. But otherwise, this should go together quite nicely and quite quickly. As in the sense of, it shouldn't take forever and a day having to wait for one little bit to dry before you can put the next piece on, because it might go flying across the room. But like I said before, I do work in front of a radiator, so drying times are quite quick. So yeah, let's get on with the show and see what we can do with this one. Hi then guys and girls, welcome back. So that's the build complete. Talk about that in a minute. So I've left the tyres off for now, and this is how it's going to be painted. So I've left the gun shield separate, as there's some intricate details on the back which I won't be able to get to when it's fitted to the actual carriage itself. And the gun itself need a little bit of work on the barrel, as it is a one-piece barrel, but there is a seam down the side of it. Also, I've dropped the did it with the dropped breech box. I'm going to try and drill that hole out a little bit. The turntable, which sits underneath the gun, bang the camera, and the support strut is left separately. But this kit is quite fantastic. Really, really well detailed. I mean, I'm not a rivet counter, but that looks about right for a 25-pounder. Absolutely beautifully done, and they're not like tiny little rivets, so if you accidentally got a little bit too carried away with the sanding stick, you're going to lose it completely. But no, fantastically detailed. And this is the limber. So very nicely done. Got all the drawers in there. You can have two of the drawers open, which is nice. Nice touch. One of those is the shells that come with the kit, and the other one is a Tamiya one, which I've piked out my other kit. To furthermore this one, added a few bags of storage across the front from the Tamiya kit. But otherwise, fantastically detailed, and they've even got the detail across the bottom, as these are made out of sheet steel. But like I said, I've left the tyres off because they are rubber tyres, so I can get in there, do all the painting, and then put the tyres on afterwards, and they look quite nice. And the 6 figures need a little bit of work on the seam lines. I'll do all this off camera. I do all of my figure painting off camera, as it's just too fiddly, and I can't get the camera to focus at a good angle because I am literally just using my phone to record these. So I'll do that afterwards. So while we're on the subject of the Dragon kit, Dragon, if you're watching this, go and shoot who is ever in your instructions department. Please do. These are Tamiya instructions from when this kit was made, which was just stamped in the bottom of it. 1974. My uncle built this kit when he was a kid. And these instructions are clearer than your modern crap. So sort your lives out. On another note, I've only got one more Dragon kit in my cupboard, and I don't think I'll be buying another one unless I know the subject matter, because there are a few bits and bobs where it's like, oh, attach this on the opposite side of the chassis, but there's no definitive fix in place. So it's very much a case of having to use my brain, use my intuition, and actually look at the Tamiya instructions to tell me where stuff should be. But enough about the Dragon kit. Onto the Tamiya quad. So I've done this, left this in 3 main bits. So the actual cab itself, added a bit of stowage on the back of the hull, and just left the inside, left it removable for painting. The pair of doors, they're going to go on in a little bit, because I didn't want to faff around with the wing mirrors because I'd end up knocking them off. Crew compartment. Dash detailing, light switch detailing, the actual crew seats themselves, all the gear sticks, handbrakes, and so on and so forth. Extended mudguards. And then I was quite surprised when I pulled this out of the box. It actually has an engine in it, the winch, the rear winching point, the front winching point. So I was actually quite pleased with that. Actually looks really nice for an old kit. Really nicely detailed. The limber and the gun, I had partially built both of those many years ago, and they were not in a good way after being stored. This was pretty much still on spruce. just painted a few bits for some reason in my youth. No idea why, but no. So that is that. So I won't film the first part of the painting because I will do the quad as part of the paint section of the video. But I won't film the first step because the first step's always the same. Gloss over with a good bit of primer and potentially do some highlights using some dry brushing before going on to the next step. So I'm going to get that done and you will see the video resume on the dry brushing phase. No, it won't be after, not on the dry brushing phase, after the dry brushing phase, when I can get my words out. Right, see you then.
Feuer